Spring has officially arrived at EPCOT. The 2026 International Flower and Garden Festival begins next week. We'll be taking a further look into what is on offer this year, from the stunning new topiary designs and the must-try eats at the outdoor kitchens, and also who's in the lineup for Garden Rocks. So with a shorter 90-day window this year, we're asking is less actually more when it comes to an EPCOT festival? Welcome to the Great British Mickey Waffle live.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
I'm not sure what is going on with the cameras right now.
There we go. There we go, Ben. That's it. I knew there was...
I'm not sure on this. Anyone listens to the podcast on Friday won't know what's happening.
Can we not leave it like this? Thank you.
That's better. Phew.
Yeah. Updates changing. Lots. Like it's a pre-show. I think there's a few technical gremlins in the works tonight. So yeah, no, I'm happy to say that this is the last live show of February. So that means we're 2 months through the year already, which means spring is only around the corner.
Wow.
It feels like spring this week.
Oh,
I brought the sun back with me.
You did, Claire. No. You did.
Claire, I need to say, how was your trip last week?
It was wonderful, actually. Millie and I had so much fun. 5 nights. Grandestino is still, I think, probably nearly my favourite resort on property. Old West I still adore. To stay at Grandestino, it's just so easy and so beautiful. The rooms are enormous. We had such a good experience.
It really is.
We actually went to the pool on Thursday evening, which wasn't in the schedule at all, but we ended up going to the pool. We had a few hours spare and we had such a great time. So we were really lucky. It had been cold the week before. Monday was a little bit fresh. So we ended up in Magic Kingdom Monday night. We played bus roulette because we didn't have a plan. I ended up in Magic Kingdom watching fireworks. And It was a little bit breezy on the train station upper level. Just saying, that's the place to watch. But it was, the rest of the week was amazing. We had, 92 degrees on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
And it was properly hot, it was like, oh, this is May weather. So Thursday night we ended up going to the pool for a few hours and it was great. We sat in the hot tub and did a bit of people watching and
I'm not jealous at all.
Mills and I had a great time.
Well, and we had been on that weather roller coaster all year.
Right, this week it's gone cold again.
Yeah,
and that's what Zach said. He said you come at the right week because next week's going to be fresh again. So it just so happened we had a beautiful week, and Festival of the Arts, it was our first experience of that. It was great. There were some really interesting things. We did the painting of the mural. We did it 7 times across the day. We went round a few times, and the third time we went round we said thank you to the bookmarks that we got every time we went through. So we didn't collect 14 bookmarks. I think we ended up with 6 or 7.
We could have done it as a giveaway.
We could have done. I still got some of them have got paint on though, because you get it on your fingers. It's
even better. Authentic.
Yeah, right.
It's all authentic.
The queues, it was really busy though. That's the only thing I'll say, is because it was President's Day on Monday.
Yeah.
And the rest of the week was really busy. The lines were long for things. Living with a Land was 45 minutes for most of the days that we were in EPCOT. And so it managed to do it, but it was a busy week. And
all of February seems to have been busy. And it's I've looked at queues and it's like there's just I'm not sure what's happened in February, and I'm not sure.
Tuesday when we were in Magic Kingdom, it was insane. Space Mountain had 175-minute wait, and we didn't do Space Mountain at all. But it was still amazing to be there. We got to see all the things that were top of our list. So we did go to French Quarter and Riverside to celebrate Mardi Gras on Tuesday. That was fun. And
you'd not done that before either, so
never been there at this time of year.
Yeah, and this is a bit that intrigues me, because actually to go at a completely different time.
Yeah.
How many new things you can tick off just
Right.
by adjusting your holiday time by a matter of weeks. Because Festival of the Arts is just such a short festival, and to actually be able to enjoy what you managed to do, I just thought was incredible.
You crammed a lot in. Millie was exhausted. And I was like, this is what I do when I'm here on my own. She's like, how do you do this? But thank you to John Self for reminding us that it was Mardi Gras last week. And we did head over to French Quarter. It's such a beautiful resort. I mean, it's stunning.
Yeah.
The setup in terms of the rooms doesn't really work for us, but to go and visit, it was gorgeous. It was so nice. And they had so many things planned for Mardi Gras. We stayed for what they call the Pargo Parade. So that's the cast member led golf cart decoration parade. And it was great. They had the horse drawn carriage there, and Tiana was in there. And it was so much fun. We got beads, we got candy. I think Millie got like 13
That sounds cool.
strands of beads. I got 7, and we wore them for a bit, and then we got a bit hot. But we have them. We brought them home with us, and then we went over to Magic Kingdom. We didn't get beignets at French Quarter because the line was so ridiculously long. But we did a number of new things, and one of the new things is we got the beignets from the Golden Oak Outpost, which is the little hut opposite. Opposite Pecos Bills. Oh my goodness, those are good.
Yeah.
Oh really?
You know how I feel about really sweet stuff, and you know how I don't do
I saw your
donuts.
picture of beignets and thought, Claire, you're not
I don't really do
very much
donuts or
familiar.
anything like that. I've never had a beignet. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be like stodgy, like a donut. These things are like puffed up and they're hollow inside.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of powdered sugar on them was enough to sink shit.
You get them in like a white bag, but you have to shake them.
So no, those ones come in a
Okay.
tray, so it was okay. And they put dredge them heavily after they've put them in the tray, and they put a little bit of honey on them as well.
Okay.
And Millie ate
the ones we
one.
got in Disneyland come in a white bag, and you're there for like 10 minutes shaking and sugar goes everywhere.
Just slightly more refined in terms of the. And Millie ate one immaculately. I was wearing black. I ate one and got a bit down my front, and then Millie ate the third one and managed to. I don't know what happened, but she sort of inhaled and then laughed, and this big cloud of powder everywhere. I wish I'd been filming it. I wish I'd been filming, because it was like that perfect comedy moment. This great big puff of sugar that went everywhere, and we were in hysterics for ages around that. But yeah, we did. We went to Space 220 Lounge, which we've not done before. It was a good experience. I'm not sure I'd do it again, but it was interesting to go and experience the lift thing, the elevator. We did a number of new things. Yeah, it was great. Totally did the shopping at Publix and Target. You know, went to Olive Garden. Had to get the breadsticks, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we had fun. I'm sad it's over, but it's 81 days till I go back. So
I was going to say, what's your countdown?
Immediately on the plane, I was like, "What?" The sad news is that my friend Will, who works in the lounge at Terminal C, is leaving. So
Oh
no!
Oh,
There you go.
my friend in the lounge.
Yeah.
He's there till the end of April. So if anyone's going and they're going through Terminal C and you're going to the premium lounge, if Will's behind the bar, say hello from me. He's a nice guy.
Tell him Claire sent you.
Right. I feel like Lou Moncello when you go to the boathouse. Tell him that Lou sent you.
Yeah. And also, we've got John joining us. So how are you, John?
I'm all right, Ben.
Slightly
I forgot
jealous.
we hadn't said
Claire's
hello to
trip.
John. Sorry.
No, that's all right. You've had a far more entertaining week than I have. I must admit. I've just got from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, and I'm thinking, that's all right.
I'm just happy I've seen some blue sky and the rain has finally stopped, at least for a couple of days.
Yeah,
It was really hot here today. Like t-shirt.
Lovely.
T-shirt.
I was like on my lunch break, just like sitting outside. I was like, okay, I could get used to this. This is going to be nice. It was like,
it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
One thing I did do last week, and I have to tell you about this, is that we saw the Dapper Dans, obviously, because that's important. I actually was able to show them I don't know if people can see in the, let me if I can bring my nails back. Can you see those?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's it. Perfect focus.
I have Dapper Dan painted nails.
Oh.
So we watched the dance and said hello to them afterwards. I had my Dapper Dance t-shirt on that says "Feeling Dapper." I had my backpack and I had my nails done. And actually, it was really cool because they were just like, "That's the coolest thing anyone's ever shown us," and they were over the moon with that. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I'm just looking at my own nails and thinking,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
do
not
it
gonna
for you in
happen.
the sun.
yeah, I'm just thinking, oh, that's all right. If there was a comparison of nails, at least they're clean. I'm okay.
Yeah, I've not been on a building site today. It's fine.
The other thing we did on Friday is we went to see Finding Nemo the musical, and then we ended up catching up with Katie afterwards in Nomadland for a couple of hours.
Brilliant.
And I was able to fangirl over Billy Flanagan, who also came to Nomad with us. So, like Disney royalty, and Katie was like, "Do you want to come?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll come along." So we sat with him. He sat with us for a while. Best experience. That was the highlight of my week, having drinks and chats with them.
I was just jealous you were in Nomad Lounge. I was like, oh, if I could only.
Oh, and we saw Zach as well, but I shouldn't not mention Zach.
No, but if somebody doesn't know who Zach Brown is, please don't get him confused with go and check out Zach's socials, because at the moment Zach is really digging deep and really trying to reinvent himself and trying to just basically trying to set up his own channel and trying to get people involved.
So he told me some stuff last week that I can't share. There is so much coming from Zach Brown Show. And amazing,
his world is spinning right now. There's so much.
He's got so many exciting things.
He's got a very exciting guest coming up on his podcast as well.
He has.
Which, for anyone who's ever read Kingdom Keepers, he did put it on his socials, and I did spot it. And he thought he was being really. He thought he was being really subtle. I didn't. It was as subtle as a brick as far as I was concerned.
But Zach has amazing things up and coming.
Yeah,
and,
it's brilliant.
Sign up to his newsletter because you get little hints and tips from that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and just and again, just someone who's been with us throughout,
right?
Who. Who basically cared for Josh and Morg, in loco parentis, I think is a description,
he was like,
isn't it?
Surrogate big brother, wasn't he?
Yeah, and actually, just go and check his stuff out, and just basically, he is one of us.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's a really important thing to share with other people as well.
Yeah, I also want to say a huge sort of welcome to everyone in the chat tonight. I'm trying to see who was in first. I have a
Colton, I think, wasn't it?
Colton was in first tonight.
Who's got
Colton?
He's got quite a short countdown, I think, before he ends up going.
How many days, Colton? Have you got an
and I think he's going to be there for Flower and Garden Festival. So perfect for tonight's topic. Then who do we have joining us? We had Heather and Wendy. And welcomes Faith7820.
Faith's been with us for a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's great to have you back again, Faith.
Returning.
Also, we didn't put you off.
No.
We have a habit.
Not yet, anyway.
Sorry, go on, Ben.
I was going to say, also people that are catching up on the podcast on a Friday, because I know not everyone can join us live on a Wednesday, and or whether you catch us on YouTube to see our lovely faces, or whether you listen to us in the car or in the gym. Because actually,
listen to it back on a Friday. I think it's really funny when having done the show, and been part of it, I don't always remember what we talk about because it's so, we don't script this, we just chat. So sometimes
for those that turn up and listen to on a Friday, and sometimes it's like, we're showing you something on the screen, do head over to YouTube. Because sometimes, I'm not sure you're going to be able to work out. That's the thing. Through the power of a microphone and headphones.
But it is quite cool to listen back to. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't remember talking about that. Did we, John? Did we really spend half an hour talking about X, Y, Z? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
It's really cool to listen back to, actually. So
I need to get like an AI summary at the end of what did we actually talk about? Because sometimes
I have no idea sometimes.
But that's the joy of what we do on a Wednesday, and actually going off completely at a tangent is I actually think is the best part of the show, because it just leads us down like a little rabbit hole, and you just don't know. We just don't know at which point that we'll actually come back.
When you're going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. since we said hello to everyone in the chat, I know someone has been sending me messages on Messenger who is banned himself from social media for the start of the year. But he does watch the show. He watched the show last week. Mark Sheffield, thank you ever so much for all your support. And he sent me some video at the weekend from the People Mover, and it was so lovely. Just the whole fact that, and he sent me something tonight about Easter.
I feel really bad. I should make a public apology to Mark Sheffield for not reaching out to him and catching up with him last week.
It's fine. He's been that busy contacting me. Claire, you're all right.
I know, but I really feel bad because I said on the show that I would, and Mark, you hold me to
you're
this.
there. You're there that much. It doesn't matter, does it?
It does.
I've got a season ticket. It's not long.
I'm going for beers with Mark in August. So
well,
I'm
we will
sorted.
do that. Maybe I'll join you. But Mark, I will contact you for May because I'm there on my own. I'm sorry.
But he actually contacted me the weekend. Basically, looking for a weather comparison from what it's going to be like in Orlando as to what it's like here. And actually, I thought, for all the years that we've been doing this, I think we're getting across to the American audience that, we British do like just to talk about the weather and complain about the weather. No matter what it is, when it gets to the summer, it'll be too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah,
it's too cold. It's too rainy.
It's too hot.
It's
too
never
humid,
too hot.
too,
No, it's never. But no, I really appreciate you, Mark, and I really, it actually lifted me on Sunday. When you just like sat there and you're like, I can't go out, I can't go do it because it was raining.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I got this little bit of video from the People Mover.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm like, that's it. That's right. I've got a spring in my step.
Yeah.
And then I actually managed to get another trip report day. I've had
I saw that.
I've had a writer's block for about a month.
Yeah, I saw that you've got a new day.
Yeah, I didn't know I was just having a sulk or whether I had sad syndrome and things like that. I really was. I just couldn't write about it. And actually, it was so good to just get it out of my system because actually it was my first day back at Magic Kingdom. So I had flag drop video and I
nice.
the video of the Starlight Parade and things like that.
It's all good. I've read it. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
I want to say thank you to everyone in the Wafflers Arms. I put a post, I think it must have been yesterday, and it might have been Monday, just to share some pictures and
Sunday.
It might be Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. I've lost
time flies when you're having fun.
But I woke up like Tuesday and it was like 24 photos that people have been adding just to brighten up the feed because it was just grey and miserable. It was it was just lovely to see all different parts of Orlando and.
I mean, I'll say, while people have been sharing lovely photos, I've been getting photos from my cousin of the snow blizzard in the northeast of America. So she's there in New York State, and my goodness, they had 25 inches of snow in a 24-hour period in their garden. She was measuring it. She always measures it using vodka bottles. Grey Goose, because it's quite tall. That's the standard measure. Keeps it cold as well.
Quality.
Yeah, it's seriously. So anyone in the northeast who's listening, either on the catch up or I hope you're okay. I hope you've got some warmth, a blanket or a coat or something. It's coat time. Now.
I actually don't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. Our friend Carlos.
Snow in 24 hours.
But I watched, was it Carlos, Disney World Freak?
Yeah.
But he's loved this because actually we know he hasn't been well recently and stuff like that. But it was like, snowstorm incoming. I'm going out and I'm going to video it.
Yeah, I saw that.
But when it started, he was like, okay.
I think on the coast it wasn't as much as in
he's at Rhode Island, isn't he? But it's just amazing. And also, this is shamelessly bringing us back on topic. For those of you who listen to the January and February podcasts, you know when I'm talking about going in direct. And if you're going in direct over the winter time, not choosing any northern airport to fly into. This is the reason why. Just head as far south as you possibly can afford.
Yeah.
Because these things happen, and it's just like, when it does, life still goes on to an extent, but airplanes don't like snow, and airports
that's
don't
true.
like snow. So
like our trip in January, when we got to the airport, it was like the Friday evening, and it was like I had this like notification from Virgin. It's like, if you're flying into the east of the USA, please contact us. And it was like, when you looked, it's like it was just because like
Everywhere.
New York, everyone was like closing. It was like,
Yeah.
I was just so glad we hadn't booked the indirect flight. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been much point going for a 7-night trip. It was be delayed by 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So,
See what I did
A
there.
warming drink and
John, we are 21 minutes into the show and we haven't even covered the news. So I think it's time to talk about the
Let's
news.
do it quickly.
How quickly, John?
Dead quick. That's it. We're going to speed through the news. There is one element of news that I might go a little bit OTT on, but
We'll leave that to the end, I think.
I think it is.
I know which one that is.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
You start.
So Robert Downey Jr. has been named the godparent of the Disney Adventure cruise ship, which makes a lot of sense for it being quite a Marvel-focused ship. Cinderella Castle painting continues. It's not like watching paint dry.
It's looking good though.
And they're doing really well. Claire, did you see any cranes at all when you were there?
where?
Magic Kingdom with the castle painting.
No, but it's a bit like when you're doing your own painting at home. There was a bit that was pink, and then there was a really hard line, and then there was a bit that was grey. And I did take a photo of it. I'll see if I can find it. It's quite funny. It was on the side. So weirdly, the top level, so the upper levels of the castle are now back to grey, but the bottom is pink. But I didn't see any cranes at all, actually.
Okay.
See, that might mean that as time goes on, they won't need the crane for the top levels, and they just get a nice pair of ladders out. You know, like you would at home. Just get the ladders. Right, lads, come on. Let's get the ladders
Big
out.
ladder time.
Yeah, get the big ladder. Yeah, we'll get up there. I'll hold the bottom. You take the paint pot up the top.
Yeah.
This is giving Chuckle Brother vibes.
To me, to you. Okay, carrying on with the news. Millennium Falcon is having a slight name change. It's like the news story just for the Mandalorian and Grogu storyline that's being added in May. There are character meet and greets coming to Hollywood Studios as part of the animation sort of academy area. And
Which should be good. Which should be good.
I'm looking forward to it. There's quite a few interesting sort of characters. So they're focusing, there's like going to be 6 different areas. You're going to have story, layout, hand-drawn animation, CG animation, lighting and effects. So you get different characters in each one. So Mulan, Rapunzel, Chip and Dale, Donald and Daisy, Goofy and Stitch, all in a different area. So it's quite a good way to see that they're going back to focus on like the studio side of how the animation, how the creative sort of works are going to happen. So I'm looking forward to that. But I know on the flip side, there's been the announcement of Olaf doing the taking over in a way from the sort of live artists doing the Animation Academy.
Yes.
And I think that was going to be your hot topic, wasn't it, John?
It was, Ben. It was, because actually, I was really impressed by this, because when you hear the news in cold light of day, you're like, oh, what a great idea. I think it will be a good idea. And then somebody actually on Twitter, which is obviously a great source of news to just wind people like me up, somebody pointed out, but this is actually, this job used to be done by a live animator.
Yep.
And then when they closed the studio's animation bit down and then shipped it off to Animal Kingdom, we then just had a non-animator but a cast member showing us how to draw different characters, etc. And now we're going back to the studios and none of those animation people are involved in this. This is basically Josh Gad telling you how you're going to draw different characters. And I'm like, right, so if we can do that, where do we stop? And I think the bottom line for this is the next step of Disney penny pinching is it basically, let's go for a recorded version of the Jungle Cruise. Let's just have no skip. Let's just put the skipper at the front who just basically just sits there and just twirls the thing. And we just have a radio given announcement of the bog standard thing. And I'm thinking that's where you lose sight of exactly what Disney was all about. And those old days of going to the animation studio in Hollywood studios was actually some of the best ones, because you were watching an absolute magician in front of you, and it was put up on the big screen, and you were trying to, I'm trying to draw a circle, and this guy's drawing a perfect circle, and you're like, okay, and then you get in the next bit, and you're just like, no, slow down a bit, mate, I can't do it. And it's just
by the time you've done one bit, it's like, oh, yeah, and then we're finishing the drawing.
Yeah.
But you're right, John, because I remember both that and the one in Disneyland Paris where there was an animator at the front, and you would be sitting at your desk and you'd be trying to draw this thing, and they would walk around and help or not critique, but they would go, oh, that's great, but maybe try just extend it. And they would help people. I mean, the whole interaction and the ability to have that conversation, and for them to look and go, that's really great. Even if it's awful, the fact that an animator was commenting on what you were trying to draw, it's that human. It's what we said before about live entertainment, human connectivity in terms of what you're looking for. You feel something from that, whereas
it's so easy to automate things and make things sort of recorded and pre-recorded, and I can see that there are reasons. Have things like safety shields and that sort of things from that side, but actually for something that is supposed to be an interactive experience, there's still.
I don't want to interact with a digital thing. I want to interact with a person. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I like that they're using Olaf, because I think it will be a good way to introduce a certain audience into drawing animation. But I feel that it also needs to be used in conjunction with a live animator.
It could be an interactive thing between an animator and the digital.
Because the problem is, but reading it. For that. I'm just reading it. Since Olaf can't quite draw on his own, he turns to the expertise of some legendary Disney animation artists who's pre-recorded guidance.
Yeah.
And it's the pre-recorded bit that...
Yeah.
Well, they do that already in Animal Kingdom. So the animation experience up at Conservation Station is pre-recorded.
But isn't
they do have
changing?
Something there. Well, that's changing to Bluey anyway. So that,
So I wonder whether that's why, because of that animation going, that would then mean why Hollywood Studios is having it. But I don't know.
It didn't belong in this. It didn't belong in Animal Kingdom.
No,
anyway.
It makes sense to put it in studios.
Yeah, I think it's going back to its rightful place. I won't complain about that. I just feel that there's a little bit of lack of Again, it goes. It's about saving money, isn't it? Because
pennies.
An animator is much more expensive to employ per hour than an average cast member.
And they can record them for an hour to do their drawing, to offer the guidance and do that bit. And once it's recorded once, they can reuse it.
It's an accountant's dream.
Shareholders happy.
Yeah, that's probably the best way of looking at it. And I'll flip it out with another bit of news, because actually I think this possibly shows how short-term and short-sighted some of this is like when you read the news from yesterday, was that in EPCOT they've actually replaced, and this is really interesting, because the kids' playground has been refurbished, given a new look, but they've put all new artificial grass. Now that artificial grass has only been there like hardly any time at all. And I'm like, hang on, the whole point of artificial grass is it actually lasts longer than real grass.
It lasts longer, less maintenance. It's
where they had cornhole boards, and on the right hand side between Imagination Pavilion and the
it's where it's like a kids play park type thing, and that was all fenced off last week. Yeah, they put new umbrellas in and things like that. But they've already done it once. So I'm like, it's like the lighting in Epcot on the floor. You do it cheap, you do it twice, and you'll do it again and again and again.
Still wasn't working.
Yeah, and you just like you that for me is the one thing that gets me. And again, it goes back to the thing: if you have a real person there, if things go wrong, someone can blag it if they're good.
Yeah,
And they can actually front it up on behalf of the company. When animation, and again, somebody already posted that the renewed animations of the faces on the Frozen ride at Epcot literally froze. Yeah, and so somebody somewhere is making cheap decisions, which just don't fit in with that whole.
Which is really opposite to what we were talking about last week. About the announcement of what's happening with villains, and there's been a announcement about is it Monstropolis this week. That not they're going back to the drawing board, but they've been told to think bigger and reduce screens and increase animatronics.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting thing. It's obviously with Josh taking over next month as CEO. It'll be interesting to see who gets into the parks position, who will take over that role, and what happens at D23 this year. What actually was announced last time, and what updates we're going to get.
Yeah, again, I would also ask. I'm not going to mention the person, but actually, a really good conversation I had with somebody after the show last week, and the fact that Josh has actually been in position for a longer period of time than possibly we are being told, because actually that's good succession planning, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yet today, and this is one that came out of the blue for me, but the Disney Chief Communications Officer, was it Christina? Is it Shake or Shauki or whatever they call themselves? It's a bit like my surname. Nobody can pronounce it, but she's going as well. She's going to step down. Yeah. I'm thinking, after all this time, they actually had a Chief Communications Officer. I'm like, well, that's a new one on me, because actually, having seen the communications,
she came in when Bob Iger returned.
Yeah, but the communications that come out of that place have been nothing in comparison to what Universal have put out for the past 3 years, is it? I'm thinking, good grief. I'm wondering if there's a bit of pushing going on there. It's just, I dread to think. But
I did have a conversation with name. Last week. I did have a conversation with a number of cast members, actually, people that I know, and asked how they felt about the impending new CEO, and unanimously, every single person that I spoke to is happy about it and excited and say he is the right person. He cares about the cast members. He cares about the company. And actually, I didn't know he was an artist before he went into business. He was a sculptor. So he really cares about the artistic elements of creativity.
Imagineering and that side of it and how things are put together.
So I am holding back any opinion at this point in time. And
it's time to deliver, isn't it? It's time to deliver.
I think D23 is going to be quite different this year. I'm excited. I'm going for a new parade for Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
this is. I think we're going to see.
I'm going optimism. I think we need. I just think that you might as well. We don't know what's around the corner. You're not sure what's going to happen. Universal are busy up the road doing what they've done. Obviously, Universal, and it's like when you think he's been so focused in the parks section. Now he's got to be in all the other parts of the business.
Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting to see, and I can't wait. I'm just excited to see what. And the first thing that came out last week was about the villains changing. They're going to put more budget in, and it's like, if that's true, I can't wait to see what it actually comes.
Exactly what cast members have been told. If we have to wait, ignore the budget, make this better.
If we have to wait another year for it, it doesn't matter. If there's more budget, we're going to get something better in the day, because I don't think we want what we've had more recently, where it's like, oh, we need to refresh this ride, but our budget is very minimal. Do what you can with like what we found out with Test Track. Which,
as far as I'm aware, they've been told, Villains Land, what you'd planned was not up to scratch. Don't worry about budget, improve it.
Yeah, budget first, ideas first, budget second.
Good, and that's the way it should be, isn't it? And again, we need to get back to the true ideals that Walt brought into the original park, and you can't lose sight of it. The minute you lose sight of it, you then end up like every other theme park, and it can't end up that way. And I think for me, Josh is the right person to move it forward. And actually, with such a depth of knowledge of what happens in the parks, I hope that would drive his determination to show people that I can do the bit that I was in charge of and actually put that absolutely to rights. And then I can show you what I can do with the rest of the company once I get a bigger and better feel for what's happening there. And
it's exciting times.
It is.
And what's exciting is Flower and Garden starts next week.
I'm very aware that Colton has been waiting for the last hour.
Sorry, Colton.
Way before the show started to talk about Flower and Garden Festival.
Yeah.
Now 7 minutes past 9. We're
Apologies.
37 minutes in and we haven't even started. So
it starts the 4th of March, which I can't believe is next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
You mean to say we're ahead of ourselves? This is the best. This is the best thing about this. So anyone like Colton who's going, look, we're getting there first.
I'm going.
Okay. Historically, have all of us been to Flower and Garden?
No.
Have you not? Oh, yeah. Okay, we've been twice. And I'm trying to think. It's been a little while since, I think 2019 and 2022, the times that we've been to Flower and Garden, just because we like visiting in May. It's a great time of the year to go.
Yeah. And I'll say that last week, it was clearly evident that they're prepping for Flower and Garden.
Oh, really?
There was a number of the topiaries already in place. Phineas and Ferb topiary, which is right outside Communal Hall on the main walk through towards the World Celebration Centre bit, is brilliant. That was the one that we were like, oh my goodness, look at this. It was very cool.
There's only 60 new ones, I think, this year, or just 60 in total.
Right.
But
Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore, they are already there, and they look amazing.
And there's a focus, I think, on Toy Story 5 for this year. So you've got Buzz, Woody, Bo Peep.
Lotso, we missed that in the news. We missed that in the news. That was the highlight of the last week. Was
that they're doing another Toy Story movie.
Oh, it's incredible. You see the trailer.
The new trailer for the new film is just. It's
should
just
have stopped at 3.
No,
should have stopped at 3.
Yeah,
4
but when
was great. 5 looks promising.
When you look at the trailer, Claire, it absolutely blew me away, and it's just like, I'm with you. You should have stopped at 3. However, having seen this trailer and seeing where the thinking is going, and actually seeing the fact that Woody's got a bald patch on his head and things like that. I just think this is going somewhere. Somebody has been in charge of this film, and it looks amazing.
I love Toy Story, I really do, but there is a phrase called flogging a dead horse. Stop at 3. It's just, Tom Hanks has enough money.
So does Tim Allen. It's one of those things. I remember watching a interview, I think, a couple of years ago from Tim Allen on Jimmy Fallon show, and he said, talking about Toy Story 5, he said, we're only coming back because the story needs telling.
Right.
And I was like, okay, how much money do you need? And but after seeing the trailer, and I can see where they're going with how technology is replacing what toys were, and it's really interesting.
I know, but
so I'm I
actually think this is right down. This for me, this goes exactly to why Toy Story, as a complete film franchise, has set itself up, and actually this will transcend time, because for me it's basically looking around at those toys that kids in this day and age, they've no idea how to play with them. They're too busy on the tablet, and they're too busy watching what's right there, and that they don't see a world of imagination, they don't see a world of exploration. It's all just on a screen and right in front of you. And
I think
I hope they go to town on it.
I should put a pin in this, because then we'll revisit this in June once we've all had a chance to go to cinema and see it, and then we can
come back to it.
Definitely,
because I think it's could be a good discussion for a show. But I remember when we saw the Topiaries over the years. It's just great to see how they changed through the festival, because the festival's only 90 days. So there's quite a lot that can change from, like Claire, like you said, they're there already with some of them, and how they develop over time towards the end of the festival.
I think it's admirable as well that they've managed to look after the topiaries. So what we did see last week is a significant amount of the foliage and plants around Walt Disney World are dead. They have been killed in the frost. And actually, I hadn't realised quite how bad it was. Katie was telling us that her pipes froze. You know, it was that bad. Wow. And some of the plants that have been there for a very long time, you know, Disney really tried to protect them. They put they put like blankets around them and like all of this stuff. They're dead. There's so many signs everywhere that say we got a visit from Jack Frost. Please forgive us while we try and replace these plants. There are so many ground cover plants. You know, if you go to the Maharaja Jungle Trek and the bat area, there's a great big tree in the middle of it. It is dead. It's there. It's going to need to be taken out. I was so shocked at all of the palm trees around Spaceship Earth have no palms on them. They are literally like a poker.
Oh, wow.
Everything has been killed by the frost.
Yeah.
So the fact that the topiaries have been protected, my guess is they were indoors.
But also, because the temperature dropped this week as well, Claire, the last picture I saw was of all the bedding planting. Yeah. Again, they've got like covers and
it's awful.
Just trying to make sure, and then they've wrapped the topiaries.
This is it.
To protect, that whole thing. It's it's
unusually cold, and they're really doing their best to try and make sure that Flower and Garden is as beautiful as it normally is. But with the temperatures fluctuating so much, it's really difficult.
And unusually so. And I think for anyone in the UK, the only comparison would be is if you look at all your summer planting in the UK, it'd be
stick it outside in the winter,
putting it outside for a couple of days of frost in a British January. It will not live, and it's absolutely bizarre. It
brutal, really brutal, and there's so much damage. So I really, totally respect the gardens team. You know, the team of agriculture experts who have been able to make sure that everything is okay. How that pans out over the next few weeks, looking at the temperatures, we'll see what happens.
I know.
It's, they need some consistent temperatures, just not of the cold variety. But it's really interesting, and we've just spent hours taking photos, wandering around, and it's just something different. That when you look at all the festivals, yes, there's so many food places to go, and I know we'll touch on food in a few minutes, but it's just something different to look at, something different to do. And you've got like the butterfly garden.
So the structure was up. They were building the structure. But if the temperatures are this low, actually this butterfly garden is going to be uneventful because no butterflies are hatching in, the 40, 50 degree weather. So I just hope it warms up a bit because that will definitely make a difference. But
which it will, because it's Florida anyway, isn't it?
Well, you'd hope so. I think the projections are that it will slowly creep up over the next couple of weeks. But I think if you're going for the first 2 weeks of Flower and Garden, I wouldn't expect it to be everything as it would normally be. The food will be there and the drinks will be there, but I'm not sure that the flowers are going to be...
It won't be as vibrant as it normally looks.
Yeah.
Right.
And it goes all the way through to June the 1st. So there's plenty of time, because Claire, you're not going till May?
Middle of May.
So have you had a chance to look through the Garden Rocks concert?
I haven't had a look.
I have.
I had a look. That's a lie. I looked and I commented immediately, where is Starship?
What date are you going in May?
So I go on the 18th to the 23rd. Who am I missing?
You're seeing Hosea Queen.
You're missing a flock of seagulls again.
Oh, no.
And actually, first and second.
Oh, no.
That was... when I looked at it, I was like, oh, there we go. But I'm already in trouble because I've booked a couple of concerts this week. So
I thought you were going to say you booked a trip.
No, I haven't.
Solo trip for John.
No. It's
That's
really...
not allowed.
Do you know something that was really funny? Yeah, you're right, Claire. It's really funny because actually that was a conversation we had last week. I know Morg was Morgan was up in Scarborough last week to visit Josh, and it was because you obviously were away with Millie, and it came up as part of the conversation of like, would you? I'd love to go on a solo trip. I don't think I'd be coming home and the locks would be changed and all that. Like, it wouldn't happen because actually, it's one of them things. That, no, you're not doing it.
It was really funny when I was away, because I was sort of saying to Millie, this is how I do it when I solo trip, and she was just like, don't you ever stop? I'm like, no.
And I actually think that's a much better way of doing it, Claire, because actually, especially with someone like Millie, who's quite resilient, and you're not having that downtime. You're just like, basically, look, we're only here for a short time. Let's go. Absolutely hell for leather at it.
Yeah.
And
I'm just looking at this list that Ben's put up.
Some of the other bands, like, was it Commodores are playing, Berlin,
Billy Ocean,
Rick Springfield,
Yeah.
and then there's also
Air Supply.
and then the orchestra, starring former members of ELO.
I know. I'm gutted to miss that.
Yeah.
And Anna and Callum are there from the 6th of May to the 22nd. And I'm just looking, they can see Katrina, formerly of the Waves, when they're there.
She won't be walking on sunshine. Katrina will be singing "Walking on Sunshine."
Oh, that'll be the final song.
Without the Waves, she'd be singing it about 10 times. It'd be the super extended 80s 12-inch remix.
22 minutes of Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah, I think so.
And then 4 minutes of Love Shine a Light. The Eurovision. That's always the case, isn't it? That they, Chubby Checker. How old is Chubby Checker nowadays?
Yeah.
I need to look that up. I'm
Don't think he'll
be twisting very much.
Do they wheel him on at the start of it?
I have no idea how old he is, or Peter Noon for that matter.
No.
But yeah, I think sometimes with these bands, there's only a couple of songs that people know. I think we saw Hanson last year, and Mbop lasted quite a long time because that's the only one that people really knew. But it's all good fun, and actually, it eats up crowds. These concerts, they really do fill up the whole theatre, and it doesn't matter which festival it is, whether that be like last.
Claire, did you see the Disney on Broadway?
We did. We saw Susan Egan and. James Inglehart, who was the original
he's
Aladdin.
Incredible, yeah.
And they did a concert together. He was infinitely better than her, just saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw it on TikTok. Did they do the Entangled?
Yeah. She did she did Mother Knows Best, and he did the Rapunzel element of it. And he was awesome. And he obviously did Friend Like Me. She did Megara, karaoke classic. They were great. The song they finished with is not the song we would have done something. I was with Zach and Millie, and we all had the conversation that actually that wasn't the right way to finish the whole thing. It was good energy. The bands were great. It was we nearly didn't watch it, and then we sort of sat at the benches at the back, and we were just like, we'll just watch a couple of songs, and then we'll keep walking around. But actually, it was good enough to hold our attention for 28 minutes. So I think sometimes those concerts, they really do fill up, and they attract huge numbers of guests, which means that you sort of get this slight lull in the crowd around that area. But then as soon as they finish, there's like this huge deluge of people. So it's worth knowing, even if you're not going to go and watch it, it's worth knowing who's on and when they're on. Because there's 3 concerts a night, and actually you can optimize your opportunity to go on things like the Frozen ride, or go and get food while people are sucked into concerts.
And everyone's in that queue for like half an hour before waiting.
At least half an hour before,
How long that queue goes around World Showcase depends on who's on that evening.
So Colton's saying that you don't leave until the 31st of March, so you'll be able to see. Colton, is that you don't leave Orlando till the 31st of March, or you don't leave to go to Orlando till the 31st of March? I'm just wondering whether you're going to see the orchestra or the ELO, because that would be like, out of all of that list, that's probably the thing that the person the group that I want to see most.
Apart from a flock of seagulls, obviously.
Apart from flock of seagulls and playing my teeth, all of that stuff.
What you can do, we did it at Christmas once. We did the dining package, so it meant that we got like, the guaranteed seating, and it was like, but we did the quick service version, so we went to legal.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like, because we looked and like we didn't want to go to Spice Road Table or a few of the other ones, so we decided to
Rose and
quick
Crown
service
is the other one they do, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, and it was looked surprising that it wasn't worth it, so we thought we'll try it on the day, and was like, and there was still availability, so we were quite lucky with that. And we thought, so we didn't really want to queue, and thought we were going to eat there for food anyway.
To be fair, the queue for the dining package seating is sometimes as long as the standard queue.
Yeah,
depends if you want to eat or you want to drink.
Yes.
The standard queue is closer to the Joffrey stand that do a really, really good Bailey's coffee.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Do you think we should start talking about food?
Yes.
I know that generally is
Yeah.
what we like to talk about.
So I've had a look at the booths and made a shortlist already in the Food and Wine app. If you don't have it, it's worth downloading. It's free, and you can filter it by the festival, and you can tick the things that you are most looking forward to in your wished for selection. So that is
and
what
also
I have
there's a
done.
little bracket on each one on all the new items, so you can see what's new for this year versus last year.
Hey, look at you guys! Look at that!
No.
That's prime. That's prime.
Whoever owns the Food
Hints-
and Wine app, you're
Hints
welcome.
and chips. Yeah.
And it's free.
It is free.
Yeah.
The food's not free, but the app is actually brilliant because last week I had all the arts food on there that we tried, and then this week I've literally changed it over to the new festival, and I've got some highlights. I think. So the first thing I wanted to pick up was Florida Fresh booth and the Blackened fish slider, which is fried green tomato, Cajun remoulade on a brioche bun with blackened fish. That sounds awesome.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah, I love a bit of blackened fish. I love blackened fish tacos that you get in the boathouse. Anything like that for me. I don't particularly like stuff in batter. So if it's just like super black, the flavour that you get from that with a Cajun remoulade, that sounds so good. So that's at the Florida Fresh booth, and I can't wait to see what that looks like because I think it will look quite spectacular as well.
Yeah.
The next booth I picked out was the EPCOT Farmers Feast. I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm looking at my phone next to me. And it seems mainly drinks that I've picked out in this particular booth. And it's one of those booths where there are different time periods. So the first bit is up until May. The first one is until April the 9th, and they have a scallop. And I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Sorry.
Is that with the spring pea risotto?
I'm doing the same, Claire, because actually...
Scallop and spring pea risotto with lemon beurre blanc and gremolata. Also sounds great. Now, I'm a bit funny about scallops, or scallops, depending how posh you are. I like them to be cooked all the way through. I don't like them gelatinous. Yeah. My guess is at a food booth, they're going to be cooked through.
Yeah.
They're not going to be undercooked. I know that's... if you're a chef, I apologise. That's probably not the correct way to eat them, but that's my preference. So I think that that pea risotto, spring pea risotto, really fresh with, I can't imagine there's more than one or two scallops on the top. But it sounds really fresh, really like light in the mouth. I look forward to that.
I found the photo of it. It looks like two scallops.
Yeah.
It looks good. I think this is
sadly only there till 8, and I won't get right because I'm not there.
Yeah.
But I actually think that's quite a good thing as well, because actually you go from that early menu from March through to April the 5th, but then it changes for April through to May. So again, you're not having like mass produced food.
Yeah, and there's the returnability for people who are local as well. You can go and try something different.
Yeah. It's a great advantage if you're local that you can go back multiple times, or if you're over that crossover period where you've got a 2-week trip, and it's like at the beginning it's two different types of two different menus.
I think that because of Easter holidays and stuff, people might be there while those menus change over, and I think it's good to have a menu that's not too big, so actually they can do things properly. It's like when you go to a restaurant. Cheesecake Factory is the classic, isn't it? And the menu is like 100 pages long.
It takes a lot now to get.
How can you do all of this food? And none of it, how much of it is fresh? None of it.
Yeah.
Or you go to a local restaurant which has got 10 things on the menu that every bit of produce is fresh and they're cooking it each time. It depends what you want, and the price point often differs. But for these booths, the fact that they're changing the menu seasonally within the festival is actually great. And I think that they didn't used to do that. I think they do that now for both food, flower and garden, and also for food and wine. So it gives something different.
I'm just looking at one of
the other things in that booth.
Yacht grub.
Oh, hang on. The other things in that booth was the peach cobbler with cinnamon gelato and streusel topping, which sounds amazing. And it reminds me of the conversations I used to have with Lisa Milan, who's not in the chat today, about the Chick-fil-A peach milkshakes, which happen in spring to summer. And they are a unique thing. They're amazing. They have little pieces of peach in them. They're so good. And then there was a couple of drinks in that booth that I thought sounded great, which was the Nectar Punk Lemonade, which is a hard lemonade, and also the Hibiscus Lemonade cocktail. I thought were worth the look.
Nectar Punk is actually a raspberry
lemonade hard cider, right?
Oh, now we're talking.
That sounds refreshing in the sun.
As I was scrolling through, all I can see is very...
lots of ciders.
Yeah. There's
loads of
cider
ciders
here compared to
previous years.
And I'm going like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Ben's like, how can I book a trip so I can go and try all these?
It's fine. Tonight is also a bit of forward planning because we're going into May 2027. So
you never know.
Flower and garden, you never know what's from this year.
Oh, yeah.
On to next year.
You mentioned yacht grub, Ben. Was that the trio of dips and chips?
No, it was the captain's board, selection of cheeses and cured meats with seasonal accompaniments, which is new for this year, and it's only $7.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
we didn't. That obviously wasn't there last year, but actually, Yacht Grub was a booth. We had, I think, everything that they had on offer last year.
They've got the trio.
Morgan and I were there with Nikki. The trio of dips and chips I put in my list again for this year. It was so good, like the pimento cheese and the caramelized onion dips. They were incredible. Wow. Yeah. And they come with almost like, you know how at Baseline they have the salt and vinegar chips that are sort of like kettle chips. They're hand cut and they're thick, and they are the same type of chips that they come with these dips. They're so good. And the trio dips and chips is like $6.49, and it's definitely shareable.
I've got to say that the captain's board though with cheese and cured meat.
Yeah.
I actually think, do you know something? You
That's
basically,
lunch.
I know you talked about Baseline tap, but you're then into charcuterie board territory there.
You are. You? And if you compare the prices, so the charcuterie board at Baseline tap is like what, $18, something like that. 50.
Yeah, and it is a two-person.
But that actually, if you get the chips and dips and the captains, that's still cheaper, and it's probably about the same amount of food.
Yeah, I like that. I actually, do you know something?
What I like about this app is that it also converts the dollars to pounds.
I know, yeah.
It's just like one of those, like, oh, okay, that's really handy.
It converts it to wherever you are. Yeah. I also had beach grub highlighted and the grilled street corn on the cob, which has got garlic spread and boursin and fresh herby cheese stuff. I mean, I may or may not have had 3 eloti last week. I cannot get enough of that stuff. I love it so much. The eloti from the outdoor margarita stand at EPCOT. It's so good. They put the price up. It's now $8.49.
Okay.
But it is still absolutely worth it. And you know, the blood orange margarita washes it down very well. But yeah, you know, a street corn for me is always a win. And so that for me at $5.99 looks like a really good buy.
I'm
But
interested
also-
by the key lime hard cider.
The key lime hard cider is on my list as well.
That was what I
Yeah.
was about to say. That looks
Mhm.
that for me. That sounds absolutely incredible.
The hard ciders on this festival
Yeah.
sound incredible.
Yeah, I like the sound of the dessert, the orange cream bar with vanilla bean, orange mousse covered in a chocolate shell, marshmallow meringue. That's like everything you'd hate together, Claire, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah. You
Sounds
crack on
amazing.
then.
Yep.
Let's go to the citrus blossom. So the citrus blossom has a lumpia, which is a plant-based pork with green papaya salad and sweet and sour, like a yuzu sweet and sour dressing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds great because like lumpia, the only other place I've had it, I think, is at the drink booth in
And in Pandora,
Pandora. Yeah, so they do
the
it as a
pineapple one.
right, the pineapple lumpia, and that's, I don't know if I'm even saying it right. It's a bit weird.
I've never had
Right.
it. I've looked at it and gone like, I'm not
So
sure.
we've had it and gone,
Okay.
it's a bit weird. Even when we've eaten it, it's a bit weird. But yes, I think the plant-based pork sounds really good with that papaya salad. I definitely want to try that. The lemon tart also sounds like a bit of me, which is sour lemon, blood orange gel, and then meringue and raspberry powder. It sounds quite sour, quite not bitter, but like sour and tart in your mouth, which is definitely my end of the spectrum. I'm assuming the meringue, because it's a plant-based meal, has been made with aquafaba rather than egg. So, it's a bit weird, but I'm sure it's good. But they also have some hard ciders.
They've got an orange one, which actually sounds as if it's very similar to the one that they serve at the tap house as well.
Yes.
I was interested on that list. They've actually got a BrewDog 5 limes cerveza, and actually
BrewDog as in Edinburgh BrewDog.
I think it might be, but I'm not a big fan of BrewDog beers. I think it doesn't do it for me.
A bit like Guinness in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it's a really weird one. Even when you're sitting on a flight and you know that you're getting a free beer on the Virgin flight and it's BrewDog beers, and I'm like, nah, wine.
See, that's why
Pass the wine.
Virgin, I would try and get a Delta flight because they have Sweetwater IPA, which is really good.
Yeah.
I'm liking the idea at the same booth, the lemon tart with lemon curd, blood orange fluid. Is that the one
that's the one I just mentioned? Yeah.
Yeah, and the cinnamon beignets with lemon sugar, lemon glaze, and honey made blueberry compote.
The
I'm still on the beers list. Look, key lime wine slushy.
Oh, I've got that highlighted, obviously.
Whoa!
Anything key lime is going on my list.
That is It's really, do you know something? There actually is a lot of things that you look at here, and actually there's a lot of thinking out of the box here, isn't there?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to book a trip.
So do I.
Just for
So I'm hoping to meet up with some friends that week. I mean, obviously Anna and Callum are there, but I think that Megan and Chris and Mark Jones might also be there. So some friends, and then obviously local friends. So hoping to have a bit of a catch up with a few people and a few beverages, and there's loads to choose from.
There's a lot of cider that can go.
Well, Pineapple Promenade, and I love a sour beer. That's like my go-to. Yeah. Pineapple Promenade have a Mountain Beach Tropical Session Sour, which sounds amazing. And that is tropical fruits, sour beer. What's not to like?
I've just found something else though as well. Right. And
you found the grapefruit lime one?
No, I found the orange and lemon smoothie, right? But it comes in a souvenir orange bird sipper.
Oh, amazing. That'll be sold out.
That's it, Claire. That's put it on the list. I want that. Send me bring one of them back. That's
okay. I'll put it on my list.
Yep.
Did you see the Honey Bistro, the honeycomb bowl, which has got quinoa, honey whipped goat's cheese, poached apples, hot honey, and cauliflower topped with a honey twirl? Now, for someone who would prefer to not eat meat, that sounds great. I'm guessing for some people it might not.
They do the chicken and waffles there, though. So,
I was going to say, Claire, for someone like me, I look down the list of that thing.
With the meat in that,
Yeah. But the goat's cheese and apple, and actually,
and honey.
Yeah, leave the cauliflower out of it. Yeah, let's get too much fruit and veg in it. But
Fleur de Lis in France have got the onion tart. So it's caramelized onion tart and a flaky pastry crust. That didn't come out. Flaky pastry crust. It is topped with bacon.
Okay.
That sounds good. It almost sounds like an onion tart tatin with bacon on top. So that sounds fun. The other things in that booth, I think they've still got the Vion Rose slush that they have every year.
Yeah.
The one that's spoiled by putting elderflower liqueur in. Yeah.
That's why it's not on my list, because elderflower I can give a little out.
Yeah.
One of the new things that I thought looked good was the Isla Fresca. There's a Jamaican jerk chicken, which has got pea rice, roasted sweet plantains, and cinnamon butter.
Ooh,
that sounds
good.
I mean, the whole combination of flavors there sounds like quite intense in your mouth. So that's only $6.29. Sounds interesting. And then in Japan,
so there's quite a few on now. Just like
I know there's
the
quite
citrus slushy, which is the simply lemonade, simply grapefruit, simple syrup, and rum. So it's like that sounds very.
That's the one where there's a number of rum drinks, but some of them are just like rum and fruit juice, which is not necessarily my preference. So it's just a bit like a rum punchy type thing, which is
like an excuse just to add a bit of rum to something, and then
and sometimes it just doesn't taste of anything other than fruit juice, which is not ideal.
Yeah,
there is an Orange Groves winery, Hurricane 5 tropical sangria there. I'm thinking, there we go.
That sounds like a John drink.
It's got my name on it.
I'll try and bring one back for you. Like in a jar or something.
Put it in the zipper.
Put
it in the zipper. Wrap it all up. Go to the one of them places in the airport that wrap your cases.
Hanami, which is a Japan pavilion, have got a different item this year. They've still got the cold noodle thing, which I don't understand. But they have got a Japanese curry bread, which is golden crispy fried bread with a fragrant Japanese vegetable curry. And I'm assuming that's almost like a katsu type affair going on.
Yeah.
And that sounds like it's worth trying for $6.75. Not seen that before.
Have you tried the frushi before?
I have tried frushi before.
Any good?
So I think it's unique. If you've never had it before, you should try it.
Yep.
I find that it's quite dry. So like the little squirt of cream that they put on the side is quite useful in terms of being able to swallow it. It is nice. It tastes great. You know, the slither of pineapple or what goes around the outside. It's great, and I think it is really fun to eat, and certainly for kids, definitely want it. And it looks beautiful on the plate.
Yeah.
Would I wait a long time to queue up to buy it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The coconut, it's very sweet as well. So like the rice is sort of it's like a coconut sweet rice. So if you don't
looking at it, I think I will like it, but I'm going to Becca's not going to have any of that. It's got pineapple, it's got coconut, so that's not going to happen.
The one thing I would point out, and I think this is where, a lot of credit to Disney Food Blog for so many of the pictures that we can look at, and anyone, it's certainly a source of inspiration for us.
Yeah.
But if you are on Disney Food Blog and you find the picture of the frushi, have a look at the lady's nails that is holding the plate. They're not as good as Claire's, I would hasten to add. They've only got the very tip of the nail. See, it's the detail, Claire, isn't it? It's just the little detail. They could have done so much better with that and just like really gone for it. They've actually got really quite long nails, which I find quite scary in some ways.
Maybe you need that for eating frushi.
You might well do, but we'll move on quickly because there's definitely something lingering behind the nail there. Yeah.
I put my glasses on because there's another new item, and I need to be able to read it properly at Summerfest, which is please excuse my poor German, Zwiebelkuchen mit Spargel, which is the German onion cake with asparagus, caramelized onion, bacon, herbed goat's cheese, and a savoury custard. Now, that sounds amazing.
I'm intrigued because to me the word cake and onion don't normally belong in the same sentence.
My guess it's like a rosti, so it would be slithers of onion almost baked into almost like a hash brown type affair.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in watching people order it and being able to say it to order it.
I just have the German onion cake, please.
Right. And there is something about being able to say it in German. I mean, last week we were in France and it was hysterical. We went to the wine shop on Wednesday in the France Pavilion. I was with Zach and Millie, and I said to Zach, "Do you want a drink?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll get a drink." I said, "Do you want something fizzy or whatever?" He says, "Yeah, get me something fizzy." So I was like, "Okay, so we'll get some champagne." And so I went to the counter and ordered in French, and the French cast members commended me on my pronunciation of the champagne, because what a lot of people call Tattinger, you say Étranger. I was like, and they were like, "Oh."
Like I said, Claire, it's the detail that counts.
It's the detail that counts. They filled them right to the very top. Now, whether they do that for everyone or not, I don't know. But, I like to use my French pronunciation of Tétanger that made a difference. Anyway, at the China Pavilion, they have a beverage called Tropical Moon. Now, this is slightly different so I think I've had this before, but I think it's changed slightly because it's vodka, triple sec, passion fruit syrup, soda water, and white boba pearls.
Do you think it's just a name change, or
I think it is a name change, but it's expensive. It's $14.75. So there's got to be a fairly slug of alcohol there, right?
Yeah.
I think the last time I had that was the day that I met up with Robin and Simon in outside the China Pavilion, and Robin was walking and Simon was in Robin's scooter because he'd hurt his foot in the gym. Allegedly. Right?
That's a lesson not to go to the gym on holiday.
And he was limping around, so he was driving around in Robin's mobility scooter. That's the day that I think I had that cocktail before, and it was really strong, really strong. So yeah. And then the only other booth that I had identified was the Jardin Fiestas, which is the Mexico one, and the Chilaquiles, and the Flower Power Margarita, which has got tequila, orange pomegranate juice, it's got mezcal in it, it's got lavender liqueur. It just sounds amazing. So not the majority of my choices, but a significant proportion of them are beverages.
I was going to say, Becca, we were looking through this earlier and was like, compared to other festivals, most of the things that we were leaning towards actually were drinks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
Hold on a minute. Colton, if you're still watching, right, we do apologise, given the fact that we know that you're probably not over 21 and things like that.
It is now, I think.
Is it? There we go. Well, we're sorted then. I was just going to get the disclaimer in that we cannot be held responsible for leading you astray and costing you a lot of Disney dollars when you go and get yourself absolutely bloated when you go on your holidays.
A little gazeboed. Yeah, any particular random item with "eat" on the end is a bit. But there's a lot of hard ciders on the menus, and that's the thing that I noticed most when I was looking through them. I was like, oh, they're definitely more accessible beverages this year than previously, and I think hard ciders are really easy to drink in the sun. So
yeah. And actually, from someone who really enjoys going to Rose and Crown and having a pint of Strongbow,
I had that one. Right.
I would also add the fact that this seems to be something I think within America, they used to do the hard lemonade, but the hard cider is now branching out into that market, and it seems to be like in a way,
It's just expanding from what.
Yeah, but there seems to be a shift towards actually going down the cider route, because you can actually flavour it to anyone's taste, but it's now much more accessible. Right. And I think what people are finding is there's a limit to how many times you can sell the same. Doesn't matter what brewery it is within America or Canada. If you're selling a beer, it kind of just, it's the same gassy sort of monotonous taste that you don't get people just sort of going and drinking. So there you go.
I've got a story about beer from last week. So Zach, you know the new drink and food booth outside the Norway pavilion that they built, like the proper shed.
Is that the place you can just get school bread on its own as well?
So you can get school bread, and they have a number of drinks as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zach went there and bought the IPA because he had some time while we were at Space 220, and he said it was awful. He said it was absolutely dreadful, that particular beverage. He said he would absolutely not recommend anyone to buy it. It was just so bitter and not at all. I mean, I suppose if you like,
what a shame.
Something with ABU of like 30 plus, if you you know, that's your bag. If you're a Bud Light drinker, don't do it. So yeah, he said it was not his bag, and he said it was expensive and not good. So there you are. Not all good news from us always.
Hey.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But that's first-hand knowledge as well, and actually, I would also say, and as a preemptive of the fact that we've gone really early on this, and we know fine well that when the whole festival opens, we'll be flooded with so many people from the parks, tasting stuff, doing stuff, and that's great, because actually we love watching that as well, because actually
the reality
from where we are on this side of the Atlantic, and being able to just share the menus and share what we would actually go and eat and drink, and yet some people could, I'm just thinking of Charlie and Stacey, really, But there's loads of people who go out and they'll vlog it, but you can actually watch them trying to eat this stuff, and that's actually that's actually a sport in itself as well, But
you know that on the 4th there is, the whole place is going to be full with people vlogging. And by the end of that day, your socials, YouTube, everything is going to be absolutely exploding with.
You're going to see pictures of every single item on the menu, and
I am
it's good.
All for that, because it means help me to refine my list of about.
Just because what you see on the menu, and then you get a chance to actually see what it is. Also, get someone else's opinion, and just get just is a good gauge. And because I remember when we were there for like the first day of Food and Wine last year, and it was just crazy. We got to a point, it was like,
I mean, if you want to spot people, that's a great time to go.
It was just too many people. We called it early just because it was like, no, I can't deal with this amount of people.
It's interesting. I think Friday and Saturday morning, Millie and I went into EPCOT. And because it was the last weekend of Festival of the Arts, there was a number of people around. So we saw Nate, we saw Max and Alex before they joined their cruise. Andy from our friend from Pod Magical, for Most Magical Podcast on Earth, he was there. There was a lot of people around on Friday and Saturday in EPCOT.
Everyone was there.
Right, including me.
But that's my favourite.
Except me.
But interesting. It was interesting that because it was the last weekend, there was a lot of activity. It was almost like people were going just to finish off that particular festival, round it off, and then get ready for next week when the new one starts. So I think the good thing about that is that things change over the period of a festival. Food improves, things disappear if it's not working. And the fact that the menus change as well means that there's lots and lots to talk about. So I look forward to coming back to this when we've got some footage of people trying stuff and telling us whether that key lime hard cider is worth it.
And I can't wait till you've gone come back and just tell us like what was worth it and what wasn't.
I'll have to take out a second mortgage to be able to afford it all, but
and that's the balancing act, isn't it? Is you can't actually go to something like this and expect to go, and spend you could spend hundreds of dollars doing it.
Easily.
And for what? Do your research. That app sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And actually,
I'll put a link for it in the Waffles Arms.
The
so
other
you can
thing
download it.
The other thing it does is it tells you if it's a Disney snack credit. So if you have got a dining plan, it will identify when you can use your snack credits for those things. So if you've got a quick service or a main dining plan, you can use your snack credits in the booths.
And so you can favourite your items. So if there's only, you can create your own menu, so you can decide, this is what we're having, this is, you've done your research, you've worked out what you want, put it all in there. So then, I just need a reminder just to go, oh, where do I need to go to get that food or get that drink? Because there's clearly a lot of cider that I hope the menus don't change too much for next year. And the thing is, we were saying earlier that we haven't been Flower and Garden in a while and actually done it properly. So we'd been in there once and just walked through EPCOT and just saw the Topiaries and not focus much on the food or drink. So this time we've just we want to be able to do it properly.
I'm hoping that John Self might join us in next week or the week after and can tell us about the food, because I'm sure that he will absolutely
be nice as well, no, that'd be good.
So thank you, Claire. Thank you, John. It's been a very good show, and I'm now hungry. Maybe a little bit thirsty, thinking that.
Well, it makes a change, Ben, because if you listen to a mid-month podcast, you end up a bit skint.
That's
because we haven't mentioned that one yet. No, and actually, it was a real the conversation that we shared with Sue was absolutely incredible, and I've got to admit, it kind of changes your horizon as to what's available on there. On the planning bit. So even if you're not going at a time where there's a festival on, there's other things. There's tours. There's so many special things that you can actually do just to make your holiday that little bit more expensive. No,
just a bit more special and a bit more unique and a little bit of extra sparkle.
Oh yeah,
that's a
Disney corporate way.
Did anyone see the Living with the Land song?
Yes, I did.
That was being played.
Oh, it's amazing. I love that guy.
Yeah. I will put a link in the Waffles Arms to the YouTube video, because it was a great way that he got to work with Disney social media, that he was able to play Living with the Land song in Living with the Land.
Wearing his dungarees.
Yeah. Just seems like a dream come true. But
there's something good about things like that. And,
feel good stuff. It's brings joy. Let's embrace that.
It does.
Yeah. I have this feeling that Disney's going to do a lot of interesting things over the next few months, and I think Josh will be taking full credit.
I hope so.
Yeah.
What, the Damara one or my Josh?
I'm not sure whether he was there for Banana Watch at Living with the Land. But I think we are back next week, and I had a look, and I think apparently Becca and I could be talking about what it was like to go to Universal and not do Disney. So that's going to be an interesting topic for next week. So what's it like just having Universal tickets only and avoiding the mouse for a week?
I've started twitching already, Ben.
I know. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully Becca will be back for next week. But
cool.
Yeah, thank you again. Thank you to everyone in the chat. If you enjoyed tonight's show, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, join us in the Waffles Arms. And I think there's just one thing left to say. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you real soon.
Now my wheels in motion and my